So today we are going to discuss about states of matter. There are three states which we are going to discuss in this session. First is solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. So these three states are shown here in the figure. First is a solid. Here we can see the shape remains intact, so it has fixed shape. In case of liquid, whatever is the shape of container, our liquid has taken that shape. There is free surface also, there is fixed volume of the liquid also. And if we see the gas, then shape of container is the shape of gas, and what is the volume of container, that becomes the volume of gas because it spreads. Now very first state is solid state. So a substance is said to be solid if it possesses a definite volume and definite shape. There are few examples like sugar, rock, table, gold, iron. These all things are solids. Now in solids, the constituent particles are held very close to each other in an orderly fashion. Orderly fashion means there is fixed type of arrangement and there is not much freedom of movement, means those molecules cannot move freely. Now in solid state, we will understand its properties by an activity. So activity is collect the following articles. We have to collect these things. Now what we will do, we will draw the shape of each article with the help of pencil. We will keep it on a paper and we will draw their shape. Now what we will find, definite shape will be there, distinct boundaries will be there and fixed volume will be there. Now if we will take some more examples, then after hammering or after pulling or after dropping, we have to check whether something happens or no. One more concept we studied, diffusion, whether they can diffuse or no. One more thing, we will compress these things, whether we are able to change their shape or no. This is also to be checked. Now from this activity, what we are going to observe, we will be observing that there is definite shape, there is distinct boundary and fixed volume of all the solids, and there is negligible compressibility. Negligible means almost zero. So compressibility is almost zero. Now their shape, some solids we may come across where when we apply force, then their shape changes. Okay, so there may be such solids also. There may be such solids which may break, or when we are applying some force, then they may break. But whatever the smallest portion we will take, the shape of the smallest unit of any solid, that will be fixed. Okay, so this phenomenon is called rigidity. Now few examples we will discuss. Let us take one rubber band. So what happens if we stretch it, then it stretches. If we remove the force, then it comes to original position. If we take sugar and salt and we keep it in different jars, then whatever is the shape of jar, that becomes the shape of sugar or salt. If we take sponge, then we can compress it. So what is a sponge, what is sugar, what is salt and what is the rubber band? So all these things are solids. But why there is stretching? There is one phenomena that is called elasticity. So because of elasticity, our rubber band stretches. Okay. But as I told you, that when we take any substance like sugar or salt, we will take the minimum, only 1 grain we will take, then we will see its shape is same, whether it is occupying a jar or a bucket or anything else, its shape will be same. Now in case of sponge, when we are pressing it, what is happening? We are able to compress it. So why it is possible? It is because of small holes in the sponge where air is present. After pressing, that air goes out and its molecules come to other position, okay, and we are able to compress it. Now we start with second state, liquid state. A substance is said to be liquid if it possesses a definite volume but no definite shape. So volume is unchanged, volume remains same, but shape may vary. Now whatever shape is the shape of container, that becomes the shape of liquid. Now see, just like here we are pouring milk in a glass. So whatever is the shape of glass, that will become the shape of milk. Okay. Now in liquids, particles are close to each other. Particles are close to each other, but they can move around. In case of solids, there is no possibility of moving, but in case of liquid, there is a little bit possibility of movement. Now liquid state, we will discuss its properties by one activity. Collect the following. We will take water, cooking oil, milk, juice, cold drink, and we will take containers of different shapes. Now we will measure 50 ml of each thing, and then we will put it on the different jars. So what property we will see? In whichever jar we are putting this, its volume will remain same, its volume will not change, okay, and shape of liquid, it will change. So what we will say? Liquids do not have fixed shape, but they have fixed volume. They have fixed volume, they do not have fixed shape. Okay. Now two things. What will happen if these liquids are spilt on the floor? अगर फर्श पे हम उसको गिरा दें तो क्या होता है? Or when we are transferring these liquids from one container to other, does it flow easily? So this property is called fluidity. Okay, tendency to flow means that substance will be termed as fluid. So liquids are fluids. So now on the basis of this activity, we will see the different postulates or different characteristics. First thing we observed is liquids have no fixed shape but have fixed volume. Okay, they take the shape of container. Then liquids flow and change shape, so they are not rigid and they are called fluids. Okay. Now one more thing, diffusion property we studied. Solids and liquids can diffuse into liquids. Means intermixing can be done. One liquid can be intermixed in any other liquid. Okay. Similarly, gases can also be dissolved in liquid. Just like for aquatic life, if we see aquatic life means those living organisms which live underwater. How they survive? They also breathe. So what they do? They use the oxygen which is dissolved in water. So this way they survive. Now see, gas. A substance is said to be a gas if it neither possesses a definite volume nor a definite shape compared to those present in solid or liquid state, and their movement is easy and fast. Okay, now see, we have taken these 4 conical flasks. These are called conical flask. This is conical flask, okay, and this is cork. So we have taken different gases in this. So what we want to show here is that they do not possess even definite volume, okay, or neither they possess definite shape. See, O2, H2, CO2, N2, they all have the same shape here. So there is no definite shape of a gas. Okay, they do not possess definite volume, means as much space we will provide for the movement of a particular gas, that will become the volume of the gas. Now in gaseous state, one activity, take 300 ml syringes, just like one syringe is shown here. Such syringe we will take. Okay, this thing is piston and this is gas. When it is empty and we have pulled it this much, then this much space is there, so there is air. So air, we can say it is gas. This is also closed from the end, it is rubber cork. Okay, now what we will do, we will take 3 syringes and we leaving one syringe untouched. One syringe we will keep untouched, and from other syringes we will remove the pistons. Okay, then in one we will do nothing, in second we will add water, and in third we will add chalk powder. Okay, now piston we will pull inside the syringe, and on the piston we will apply some Vaseline so that it can move ahead easily. Now we will press the pistons. What we will see? We will see that in case there is solid, there will be no change, no compressibility. In case of liquid, there may be minor change, and in case of gas we can compress it fully. Okay, so what is the result? Gases are highly compressible as compared to solids and liquids. Now on the basis of this property, we can see its uses in LPG, this cooking gas which we use at home, that comes in cylinders, that is liquefied petroleum gas. So what we do, we compress the gas and then gas becomes liquid, and then we store it in a cylinder. When we will remove the pressure, then again it will become gas. Similarly, in vehicles we use CNG, compressed natural gas. So this whole thing is possible only because of high compressibility of gas. Okay, now one more thing, property of gas you can see. See, when something is being cooked in our kitchen, then we are able to get the smell sitting in any other room or far away from the kitchen. So how it is possible? This is possible because that food which we are cooking, its aroma, okay, that gets mixed in the air and moves with the air, and so it comes near us and we are able to see, we are able to know that some food is being cooked. Okay, now one more property is there, that is pressure. Now in gases what happens, the molecules are continuously moving and they move at high speed. So because of this movement, they hit each other also, and at the walls of container in which that gas is kept, on the walls also they hit. This results in pressure. This hitting is called pressure. So pressure is exerted by the gas molecules when molecules of gas strike directly with the container walls. Now see, in this diagram you can compare the positions of molecules. This is solid where they are at fixed positions. This is liquid where they can oscillate, they can move little bit, and in case of gas there is free movement of molecules. Now whatever we have discussed, on the basis of this, these home assignments are to be solved. You can solve these assignments easily because All these things we have discussed now. Okay.